Hey, Lauren here from Honest Reviews, and today we're going to be comparing some of the leading large capacity power banks. Alright, so before we get into the details of all of these lovely power banks, I want to take a second to talk about USB-C. Now, all of these have USB-C charging, and when you are getting into these large capacity power banks, these are more expensive than the smaller ones. You want them to be around longer, and you're going to use them probably for charging bigger devices like your MacBook, your Nintendo Switch, your iPad, that kind of thing. You need to have USB-C in these. It's also better for into the future. More devices are going to be charging through USB-C with this kind of investment. We only chose ones here that have USB-C, and I think for yourself, that's also a minimum requirement when you're looking at these large capacity ones. One extra note here is that there's USB-C, and then there's USB-C PD, which stands for power delivery, which is a different specification. Basically, what you need to know is that PD is faster. So USB-C recharges at about 15 watts. USB-C power delivery is 18 watts or higher. And that's just going to mean that it will recharge your devices faster. And these power banks themselves, when you're recharging them, it will be faster when you have that power delivery, which is really nice because these are high capacity and you want to be able to do the recharging and the charging as fast as possible. So when these power banks have that power delivery standard, that means that it's going to charge even faster, which is a really nice thing to have. Okay, so a couple more notes. One thing is that these power banks here that we chose, these are all lower than 27,000 milliamp hours for the capacity. We chose that for a reason. That is because that is the largest capacity that you're able to bring onto an airplane. So if you're going to buy one of these that's higher than that, you actually might not be able to bring it on the airplane if they know that you have it. So especially because these are so great for travel, we wanted to make sure that these were ones that you could actually travel with. And all of these, we're going to be going over the details, but there's so many stats for each of them that we're just not going to get into every single one. So make sure to check the description below where you can find a lot more details than I'm actually going to go over in this video. All right, so we are going to start over here. This is the Anker PowerCore Plus. This is currently $69.99 on Amazon.com. You will find all the links below so that you can go check it out on Amazon itself. This capacity is 20,100 milliamp hours, so it's actually the lowest capacity in this group, but this is like one of the most popular high capacity power banks out there, so we wanted to include it in the comparison. So one thing that's really important about this one that you need to know is that it is USB-C, but it does not have that power delivery standard. So it is not going to charge and recharge as fast as some of these other ones, like these two that do have the power delivery. You're paying a lot here. You're paying $70 US for this, and it doesn't charge as fast as, say, this one, which does have power delivery, which we'll get to soon. So kind of off the bat, I think this one is a little outdated in that sense. But it does have USB-C, so you can charge your MacBook, you can charge your Nintendo Switch, any of your devices that have that USB-C charging capability. So it's still a good choice, and that is why it's one of the most popular ones. It has an aluminum casing here, so it feels very high quality, very robust. It's nicely designed. I always like the design of the Anker products in general. You've got the button on the front here to tell you the charge. We'll look at the inputs here. You have two of the USB-A inputs right here, and then you have the USB-C here. Again, this is not with power delivery. So this comes with a bunch of different cables. There's USB-C to USB-C, USB-C to USB-A, and then USB-A to micro USB. It comes with a mesh case. It has Anker's 18-month standard warranty. Anker is known for using high quality batteries, so we do like to try and see what the actual capacity of these is versus the stated capacity because it's always different. And in our testing, this one was 86%, which is quite good. So it actually is like a really solid battery in there. So just overall, this is a great, standard power bank. It's too bad that it doesn't have that power delivery, but otherwise it is definitely, Anker is really well known for making good products, and this one is a nice looking power bank. It has 4.4 stars right now with 1,109 reviews, so that's pretty good. It's pretty well reviewed. It's not too heavy. It's just over a pound, which is nice. So that is the PowerCore Plus from Anker. All right, so we're now going to move on to this one here. This is a bit of a strange case. This is from Imuto. Now, on this one in the back here, it says that the capacity is 27,000 milliamp hours. That is what it says on Amazon for the Canadian site. When we tested this one, the actual capacity was higher than that. And on Amazon.com, it's listed as 30,000 milliamp hours. So this case is maybe misleading us in order to get by that 27,000 milliamp hour travel airplane limit. So I don't know what's going on. This says it's 27,000. It tested higher. It might be 30,000. But this is the one from Imuto right now on Amazon.com. It is $59.99, which is the cheapest of all of these. And it really seems like you get what you pay for, because we really had trouble with this one. It does not have USB-C power delivery, but even with the regular USB-C, we really had a hard time getting it to charge and recharge. It would not charge with the standard USB-C Apple charger. We couldn't get it to recharge. Couldn't get it to recharge from another power bank with power delivery. Just basically, it was really finicky. Charging it with a micro USB, which is what it came with, the cable, it took like 16 hours to recharge this thing. So just overall, this had a lot of problems. I'll show you just basically what it has. I mean, these ones from Imuto are kind of neat in that they have this LCD screen that tells you what the charge is. There's a micro USB on the side here. There's 2 USB-A ports and a USB-C on the top. Again, that's not a power delivery for USB-C. And then this thing came with a cable that's USB-A to micro USB. And then there's like this adapter to make this USB-C. So just kind of not really up to the quality, I think, of the other ones here. It has an 18-month warranty. If you do buy it, I would definitely make sure that you're keeping an eye on that in case it's finicky like ours. This is definitely the heaviest one here. It is 1 pound, 7 ounces. It's quite hefty. It is pretty well rated. It has over 1,300 reviews on Amazon.com, and it is 4.3 stars. But from our own testing, I don't think that this is really a good option. All right, so now we're moving on to this other one from Anker. There are 2 here from Anker. As you can see, this one is bigger. This one is 26,800 milliamp hours. So you're still getting under that 27,000 limit in terms of taking this on an airplane. So this is like the biggest you can get. So it's great for travel. It also has that aluminum case like this one here. So these are like nicely designed. They feel high quality. Now, the thing about this one from Anker, it does have USB-C power delivery. So you are going to get that fast charging. This one is $129.99 US from Amazon.com, which is by far the most expensive one here. And the reason that it is so expensive is because it also comes with this. This is a wall power adapter for USB-C power delivery, which is really nice. This is going to let you recharge this with that power delivery standard, so that's really fast. The thing is, you cannot buy this by itself. You have to buy these 2 together, which is what makes it so expensive. But you can buy these by themselves from Anker for a lot less. You don't have to buy them together, and it ends up making this package really expensive, which is maybe not the greatest thing. It would have been really nice to just buy this by itself and not have this tacked on, especially if you have a MacBook. You might already have one of these. You don't need an extra one. If you have a Nintendo Switch, again, you have one. So kind of frustrating that this is only as a combo, but that is why. That is why it's so expensive, is because it comes with this. Okay, so we will go over the stats here on this one. Here are the inputs. We have 2 USB-A ports. There's the USB-C. You can see PD there. That's power delivery, so that is very nice. Really nicely designed. We have the button on the front here that will tell you how much charge there is. This one tested at 86% of the stated capacity. So again, Anker is known for using high quality batteries, so these do tend to hold up nicely. It has an 18-month warranty as usual from Anker. This one came with a USB-C to USB-C cable and a micro USB to USB-A cable, so kind of like the basics there. So overall, it is a nice power bank. It's well designed. Comes with the cables, comes with the power adapter for the wall, but for the price, $129.99 US, this one is really expensive and I don't know if it's worth that. A couple other really quick stats on this. It is 1 pound and 4.7 ounces, which is definitely quite a bit lighter than this one, but it's more in the medium area in terms of weight. It has 719 reviews right now on Amazon.com, and it is a 4.3 star charger, so pretty well rated, kind of heavy, but not the heaviest. All right, so the last one we're going to look at is this one here from RavPower. The capacity on this one is 26,800 milliamp hours. The price is $75.99 US on Amazon.com. So this one was the cheapest at $59.99. This one was $69.99, and now this one is $75.99, so it is not the cheapest. But when it comes to the features, this one is quite remarkable. So it has that higher capacity than this one. This one is 26,800. It has USB power delivery, so it has that faster charging standard. When we were recharging this over USB-C, it recharged this whole thing in 4 to 5 hours, which is really, really fantastic. So it charges fast. It's going to charge your devices quickly. This one, we tested the actual capacity as we generally do. This one was 81%. Again, these two from Anker were 86%. So it's not as high as the Anker ones, but it's still quite good compared to some of the other ones that we've tested. So it really holds up. In terms of the build quality, this is made out of plastic. These ones from Anker are made out of aluminum. I think that there's pros and cons to each of those. Yes, these feel nice. Yes, they look nice. But if I'm going to be tossing this into my backpack with my laptop in there that's metal, I kind of want something that's plastic so I know it's not going to scratch other things up. So for me, I actually like that this is plastic compared to these aluminum ones, but I know that these feel nicer. They feel like they have a better build quality. So that's kind of a personal preference thing. This one, in terms of the ports, let's take a look. We have the micro USB input. We have the USB-C power delivery here, and then we have 2 USB-A ports right here. This one came with a bunch of cables. We have a USB-C to USB-C cable, and 2 micro USB to USB-A cables, so you kind of have all the things you need. All of these come with assorted mesh pouches and stuff, which is kind of, if you want them, they're there, but I don't think those are fantastic features of these. This one from RavPower has a 12-month warranty, which is in the industry kind of short. So these are all 18-month warranties. This one is 12. So if you buy one of these, always make sure you know how long the warranty is. Always make sure you get in touch with the company if you have problems, because they do tend to be really good at replacing them. It has a button up here. You press it, you kind of see how much charge there are. Across the board of these 4, this one is the lightest, which I like that feature of a power bank. I don't want a really heavy one. This one feels so heavy in comparison to this one. You can see this is also pretty small. So it kind of has that really nice balance of good features, good price, not too heavy. I mean, the build quality is not the top, but in terms of all things put together, this one for us really stood out from the rest of them, and this one is our top pick. So that was the roundup of all of these high capacity chargers. It's quite interesting when you actually look at them all. They might look similar. They're all black, they're all big, but there's a lot of differences in the features. So make sure to check the description below for links to go and dig deeper into these. We have all the details again in the description in case you want to review. Make sure to give us the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for a lot more reviews of similar products and other things too. Have an awesome day and thanks so much for watching.